Here we go. Do you have any update on Angel or if she'll be here today? Because I think she has problems with the team for the last couple weeks.
Yeah, she'll be here today. Continuing to progress. She's doing on-court activities, so shouldn't be a whole lot longer, but we're still progressing day by day.
You'll be facing Natalie, and less than a year ago, you were both on the same staff. How do you view Becky's like lessons and heritage, and do you view the same style of play with the Sky and the Valkyries?
Not really. We play a little different style. I think we both taken bits and pieces from what we've learned during our time with the Aces. I have the utmost respect for Natalie and the job that she's doing. She's in a great place. They're lucky to have her as the leader of their franchise. I think that obviously it's been a battle the last two games with them coming out on top each of those. So I expect tonight's game to be a battle as well. I think that obviously there's a difference in stylistically and how we play just because of the nature of the makeup of our rosters. But I know she preaches obviously hard defense and work ethic, and you can tell by the intensity and the energy that they play with each game is what allows them to stay in games and be one of the better defensive teams in the league. So she's doing a great job over there.
Name of coach? Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. There are many rookie coaches this year. Some are criticized. And do you feel like you have been able to like play the Sky as you want and as you preach?
I think we're continuing to find that identity of who we want to be, not just in the short term, but in the long term. And I said this a couple of games ago. Everyone's journey and path to get there, it looks different. And for us, we've had a few more bumps in the road than others, but that's okay. I think that it helps lay the foundation of who we want to be moving forward. We're going through this adversity now. It doesn't mean we'll always have to go through this adversity. And to some degree, every team has to go through their share of it. And so we're getting ours earlier than others, but that's okay. We're sticking with it. I think our players continue to come. If you're around in our coaches' meetings and in our practices and in our shoot arounds, they come with the same type of energy and enthusiasm each day, which allows our staff to come with the same energy and enthusiasm each day. Because it's a privilege at the end of the day to be in this position, to be able to coach our team, to be able to work in this organization, to be able to play for this organization. So we don't take those opportunities for granted. And sometimes that's hard to see when you're on the outside looking in, but when you're on the inside, you learn to value those opportunities, and you learn to value those challenges and obstacles that you got to go through to help make you what you become on the other side of it. So I love being the head coach here. I'm going to continue to being myself and continue to show that same level of passion for this game and for our players and for this organization that I have been from day one. And so that's kind of where we stand now.
Coach, I know you talked about like when to finish strong as a team. Are there things when you think about like individual players, like, oh, I really want like Camila to do this, or like Elizabeth to finish with this, like kind of benchmarks for individual players for the rest of the season?
I think more team-oriented goals game by game, as opposed to individuals. I think that they've shown growth. Each of them have shown growth as we've progressed during the season. I think you've seen in the second half of the season a more aggressive Camilla pretty regularly. And the reality is that a lot of our players have been put in different positions throughout this year, and so they've had to adapt on the fly a lot. And so, but I think that as a team, like we want to compete. The goal is still to win games, but we got to continue to show that the promise of progression that we've been preaching all year to them. And so I think that, yeah, there are individual goals that exist, but I think more so is how do those individual goals impact our team goals? And so we can't just rest on what each player is doing individually if it's not helping the team. And so I think we've been able to see slowly but surely how that progression from an individual standpoint has kind of led to our to where we're at as a team. And so you got to find kind of the light at the end of the tunnel in some areas. And I think we have seen them in different players across the board at different times. But I think everyone is focused on what it looks like for our team to get to where we want to be in this last stretch of the season. So
You feel like you figure Natalie out coaching against her for the first time?
I don't know. I think that again, I think that the first two games were really close. I think last game we controlled the game pretty well for most of the game, and then kind of let it slip away in the last few minutes. And so, but again, I think that I know Natalie in terms of what she's preaching. I don't know what they're going to come game plan wise, but she stays consistent in kind of who she is, and their team plays to her identity and who she is as a person and as a coach. And so that's all you can ask for if you're them.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.